Okay, DG emergency response, session 12. So the subtopics today is we have around 3 subtopics. Is the first is preparation of tool and way to overcome, of course, to overcome the emergency handling, the emergency. And second, handling fire and leakage of every dangerous good class. And the last one is emergency diagnosis action. The first one is about the tool preparation and way of overcoming this emergency situation. So the equipment that must be prepared for use as follow this one: safety shoes, yeah, including the soft footwear, boots, and footwear itself. Soft brush or broom, plastic container, gloves, hand gloves, of course. This plastic container to collect the scratch, to scatter the what we call the residue of the damage or the broken dangerous good. And this glove is to protect your hand, and protective clothing, fireproof clothing, and others, etc. Head protection such as helmet, protective glasses, and automatic inhaler or Google Mask, and gas detector to detect if there is any gas. And of course, you need to know also the type of extinguisher, the fire extinguisher used. There are 4 types of extinguisher you will be used. And the first is water extinguishing hose. This is not for class 3 firefighting. And the second, foam. The third, dry chemical. And the last is CO2, carbon dioxide tube. Yeah. And how to deal with the events? You have to wear the protective, or people must wear the protective clothing, wear fireproof clothing if the fire gets worse. And if there is a poisonous gases, can use an inhaler or Google Mask. And keep objects away from all sources of ignition, such as open flames, electric currents, mechanical shocks, and friction. Identify the risk from the physical and chemical properties of the dangerous good. And if the injured victim and others, please follow the procedure according to the EMS. What is the EMS? Is emergency schedule, and use the medical first aid guide. Yeah, MFAG, medical first aid guide. So this is the second topic. We are talking about the fire and leak management for its class of dangerous good. If class 1, explosive, of course, explosive can explode at once, or with explosive cause fire, emit poisonous gases, and cause sparks. If there is a fire, use water, foam, or dry chemical hose, if possible with a shot of water from a distance. You keep a safe distance. Keep the packaging wet and remove any items around it that might catch fire. If there is a possibility of explosion, move away. Yeah, you must move away or leave the fire area. Fire residue is clean. And then if any leakage, keep the location wet. The scatter is collected and made to the same place, or gather it to the same place. Flush with flush with water and throw away to a safe place. This is explosive management handling. And if gases, all gases that can ignite or burn and are toxic, if there is a fire, use water spray from as far away as possible. Keep object away from fire sources. The action is performed from the bottom of the fire. And if there is a leak, try to close the leak. Provide adequate ventilation when indoors. For class 3, flammable liquid. All flammable liquid, including those with toxic and or destructive properties, if any fire, use water spray or water mist, foam or dry chemical. Do not use the water soap. Do not use the water soap. Move other items around, and the surrounding goods are isolated using foam and dry chemical. Don't forget this one. The surrounding of goods are isolated using foam and dry chemical. This is to prevent the fire become bigger. And leakage. Use absorbent materials such as sawdust, sand. This one. This is to absorb and collect the scatter and dispose of in a safe place. Clean with water. And if it contains poison, wear protective clothing and tools. Exhalation or maybe tools, Google Maps this one, yeah. Flammable solid, number 4. This is class 4. Any solid also can ignite or burn on its own or wet. If wet, can ignite. Fire. If any fire, use a jet of water from a safe place. Isolate the fire center with foam and dry chemical. Do not use water for solid which can burn if wet. Move other item. And if leakage, collect, scatter, and dispose of to a safe place. Flammable solid keep wet. And solid that flammable, if wet, keep it dry or keep it dry. Yeah. Oxidizing substance, class 5. All oxidizer and organic peroxide are either liquid or solid. Yeah. Use abundant water from as far as possible. This is a fire for liquid oxidizing agent that have toxic and destructive properties and have violent action against water. Use a water spray from behind the protection. If the oxidizer is explosive, consider avoiding it and using water soap is prohibited. Remove other items that may catch fire. If leakage, overfill with the, what we call this is, the emitted from a distance as far as possible for disposal to safe place. Collect spills with the absorbent material, diatomaceous ear, and do not use absorbent materials from sawdust or other flammable material if in the form of liquid. If the material is liquid, use a soft brush or broom. It is prohibited to collect scatter for reshipment. And class 6, toxic substance. All toxic substance in the form of liquid, dry, solid, and or can ignite easily. If fire, use water jet and other extinguishers. If the solid is dry, overflow water can be used. Get rid of other things around it. And if leakage, collect scatter using absorbent material for safe disposal. Move item around, especially food ingredient. Now this is to avoid toxic affected the food. Class 7 radioactive material is all radiation material that can be destroyed by the spontaneous emitting of charged particle and electromagnetic waves. If fire, use water spray and keep a long distance, yeah, keep it cool, and ask for direction from the National Atomic Energy Agency. In Indonesia, we call it Batan. Isolate the location so that it does not spread to other places. Use anti-radiation clothing. or protective clothing. Leakage, cover leaks with absorbent material, packaging close with absorbent sheet and do not throw it away. Isolate the location so that it does not spread and ask for expert assistance from Batan. Batan is National Atomic Energy Agency of Indonesia. Class 8, corrosive, or the substance that can destroy metal or what we call this one, we call it your body, this is the picture symbol. Hand or part of body can be injured if contact with this corrosive. If fire, keep away from all sources of ignition such as open flame, electric current, and electric tools. Use of a jet of water or flush with water from as far away as possible. Use a foam extinguisher with dry chemical to isolate, move things around. And liquid, use absorbent material to collect and dispose of in a safe place. Use overflow water or flows with emitted water from as far away as possible. The point is keep a safety distance. And the last topic we talk about the guidance of using MFAG, Medical First Aid Guide, is a first aid guide for accident. Indonesia, we call it P3K, caused by dangerous good, as the standard used by IMO, WHO, or ILO. This guideline is in line with the existing provision of the IMDG code, EMS, IBC code, INF code, and IGC code. How to use the guideline contained in MFG are as follows. In the event of an accident, start with emergency measures and then follow the recommended direction. And then B, to ensure the prompt action, take the following steps. There are 3 steps. Step 1, emergency measures and diagnosis. Step 2, use the table provided. The table are given brief instruction for each situation. And step 3, see the attachment. So this is the sample of emergency diagnosis action. So you can see here, this is in Indonesia. If the victim needs assistance because the air pollution. So if answer is yes, you can see table 1. But if the answer is no, they don't need the assistance of air pollution, check whether the respiration is stopped, whether any problem with respiration or breathing. If any breathing problem, you can see or refer to table 2 or table 3. But if there is no problem with breathing or respiration, whether the victim is unconscious or conscious. If the victim is conscious, go to table 4. But if unconscious, whether the korban, the victim, Indonesia we call it korban, victim is, there is what we call any problem, this is, sometimes we call it step, in you can see if people, they have problem with you can see from the body response, if there is an indication of this, we go to table 5. And further, if no, you can see the eyes of the victim. If there is contamination of, you can see from the eyes, if there is a contamination to the eyes can follow table 7. If no, then go to the skin of the victim, whether the skin of the victim is contaminated. If no, go whether any chemical has been inhaled and incidentally inhaled. Yeah. If yes, see table 9. But if no, whether any chemical is swallowed or by oral and incidentally swallow. Yeah, I mean this is go through the mouth, of course. See table 10. And if no, whether there is the worse, the sick become worse, yeah, or very depression, yeah. So see table 13. So this is the last table, and go to this, go to the step of diagnosis. And the step of diagnosis, whether the chemical is known. So see the label and go also to the shipping document to diagnosis. So only few of the substance need handling, yeah, need special handling. For example, if involve calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide, see table 7, phosphorus white of yellow, see table 8, coumarin derivative pesticide, table 9, hydrofluoric acid, hydrogen, fluoride, table 16, organo, phosphorus and carbamide insecticide, table 17, cyanide, table 18, methanol and ethylene glycol is table 19, and radioactive material, see table 20. So this is the substance with the assistant table that can be referred. So then how the condition of the victim, right now. So this is another action, whether they breathe quickly and whether they have problem with breathing or abnormal or inside, and see table 3 or attachment 3. And if there is a coach, the victim is coaching, and the sound like yeah, something like that, or become small, yeah, and problem with the breathing, they have problem with the breathing, yeah, back, go to table 9, yeah. And when this is the vena, yeah, slow on the can see from there's a blood flow on the vena, on the, what do you call, nadi in English, that one, yeah. If there is a slow and quick, see to the table 11 or attachment 11. And if there is what do you call this one, there is a cold, yeah, or burn, yeah, appear, burn and or cold, yeah, go to table 9 and attachment 8. And if the victim is coma is unconscious, yeah, please go to table 4 and attachment 4. So if there is attack of what do you call, depression of what the people in the baby, we call it a step in the baby one, table 5, when the victim has problem, they, what do you call this one? Sorry. So this is, they have problem on, I think this is come from the stomach and metabolism. Then the victim become stressed, confused, and they feel also like sensation or what hallucination or dreaming. Go to table 6 or attachment 6. And the victim has a yellow fever. Can see from the skin and eyes. Go to table 15. And the urine, less of urine or there is no urine. Go to table 12. And if there is a blood on the urine or they have problem with the metabolism, yeah, this one, and blooding on the around his teeth, yeah, and there is a small less hemorrhages on the skin. Refer to table 14. So check how the history of the patient, what do you call the history of their has a problem of this his illness when this illness start, and what is the symptom, what kind of symptom is most disturbed, and whether the patient also ever happened this before, and take note for this illness, accident, operation that has been happened before or has been done before, and also the current medical. So this is a medical record, yeah. So this is about the diagnosis steps. So this is the example of flow of diagnosis step. So that's all, I think, for the session 12. Any question for this? Hello.